Hey everybody, how's it going? We're here with the Timeless reading. Welcome. First card out is Nine of Pentacles. And Page of Pentacles. I'm seeing this as an advancement of something. To have a page here, you can feel like something is still in the works, but also having Nine of Pentacles feels like there is a gaining that's happening, even though you can perceive something as still being like in the younger phases. Generally, this is about something that you're doing, so there can be something like resource-wise that you're building. When I say resources, as I normally do when I use the word resources, I want to clarify that that is not only finances, although finances can be included. A resource can be a skill that you're building right now. A resource can be like a website that you're building right now. A resource can be like the time that you have, you know, it can be when your energy is in the right space for you to be able to participate in something. When you feel like you're in a space of willingness, you know, like lots of different ways that this can be. Having us start off with Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is a card of abundance. It's a card of having something and wishing to protect it, or having something and enjoying it. It's a card of presence. It's a card of being in the moment. And it also is reflective of you doing something yourself, because Nine of Pentacles is representative of independence and of you being the one that's like making a choice to show up and get something done, and that you have yourself to thank for what it is that you're doing. And so it's sort of like look at what happens when you apply yourself, or when you're willing to show up, or when you're open sort of to what's going on and what can happen because of that, especially when you have something that you're like working towards, something that matters to you. So see how this Page of Pentacles is looking at the Nine of Pentacles. You can be looking at something and being like, that's where I want to be. Like, I'm trying to gain that level of independence. I'm trying to gain that level of skill. I feel like I'm working towards being in a space that, I mean, Nine of Pentacles can suggest that you're enjoying things now. I'm just seeing a bird. That's what I was looking at. It can suggest that you're enjoying things now, but the way that I'm reading this, it feels like looking to that. And you could feel almost like you're not there yet, but that's where you're going. So Nine of Pentacles is actually feeling kind of like Ten of Pentacles to me right now. Like, this would be something that you would be working towards, and something that like really matters a lot to you. And you know that this is something, you know that this is like where you want to be, or like what you're doing for. Like, I'm seeing this as being like you plant a bunch of seeds in the garden, and you're doing what you need to do to sort of nurture them right now, and it's going to turn into this, and this will be like when the garden's in full bloom, and that's why you're putting in the work right now. Having a page here, you can feel like you're still sort of in those beginning steps of this, like you're still in the first half is what this can feel like. But you can feel like you've gained a lot of experience having Nine of Pentacles here. It would suggest that there's a lot of progress that you've made, and there's a lot of learning that's happening too. Seeing Five of Wands. If you're not feeling like you're in a space of a Nine of Pentacles and you're looking at it like that's where you want to be, you could be experiencing some conflict right now. The conflict that comes up when we feel like we have a difference to make up between like where we are and where we're trying to go. And you could be feeling discouraged because of that. You could be feeling discouraged, or you could be feeling less motivated, or you could just be feeling tired. Or you could feel like you sort of have to relentlessly go into something that you're trying to work out. And because of that, you could feel like much of your energy is going into that, and you don't have a lot of energy for other things that maybe you normally have energy for. That's what this is looking like. Like something hasn't fully stabilized yet. If this is something that you believe in, you're being guided to keep working on it and to not give up. A word that starts with D is coming through. I'm hearing duration, determination. The word determination is coming through. I'm seeing 7 of Wands and the Emperor. I think that you're further along than you may be recognizing. Like, even though I'm seeing a page here, I'm also seeing the Emperor here too. So this is something serious that you're doing. And even though you can feel like, again, you're in like the first half of this, to have the Emperor is nothing light. It shows that what you're doing holds like bigger meaning for your life. That this is something that holds deep significance for you, and that it would also impact your livelihood in a beneficial way. And that's also why this is worth doing this. Whatever it is that you're doing and that you have going on. So having this Page of Pentacles with what you currently have going on, having the Emperor below it, it feels like it's showing that if this is something that you keep developing, that you'll turn into the Emperor. Well, when I say turn into, I mean like evolve into the Emperor. So Page of Pentacles is when you're learning the groundwork. This is actually reminding me of one of the recent readings. It has to be within the last 2 days, I believe. So when you have the Page of Pentacles, it's like I'm learning how this whole thing works so that eventually I'm going to be able to do all of this myself. But it's like gaining the basic skills and learning how to harmonize everything that needs to be done. So that's what I'm seeing be working on. Having the Emperor shows that there's like you're gaining and exercising discipline, willpower, consistency, that you're sort of taking control of things too, because the Emperor is about that as well, where it's like, if this is what I'm gonna do, like I'm gonna do it. If I want to do it, I'm gonna be there doing this thing. And so it can feel with 5 of Wands like there are things that can make it a bit difficult. I'm not seeing this be the easiest road, but I'm seeing this be encouragement for you, that if this is something that's worth it to you, it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but it's something where like you're going to achieve this status, for lack of a better word. I mean, like, get to that spot you're looking to get to. You're going to do that. Show up and believe in yourself, and don't be letting anything get into your head, because I'm seeing 7 of Swords on the bottom of the deck, and having that be connected with Emperor can be like, well, maybe if I try, like, it's not going to work anyway, so I'm not going to do it. You know, it's like the thoughts that will have you doing things that would sort of take apart what it is that you've been building up. And I'm seeing 7 of Wands here, and so you can feel like certain things are coming through that would potentially, again, be challenging what it is that you're trying to do. But you are being encouraged to trust yourself, and also that you can do this. 9 of Pentacles is like, look at you and how you're in this space and what you're capable of. And 7 of Wands is like that determination of not backing down. You want to make sure that you're leaning on the side of this that is connected with like skill set and practicality, because we have Page of Pentacles here. So this is making sure that whatever it is that you're doing, no matter even how far out what it is that you're doing, that you're remaining grounded and practical. That's also really important. Like, if you want physical stuff to come from this, you're gonna have to do the physical end of things too, even if there are other things to this as well. So there are things like repetition. You think of a Saturn-like energy with the pentacles. Saturn has to do with material things. So like through repetition, we gain skills of mastery. Through getting feedback, we're able to critique what we're doing and get better at what we're doing. It's like those types of things that are connected with this. Having Five of Wands here would suggest that there's stuff that's coming up that you have to work out and work through. Like Five of Wands can be some challenges that are thrown into the environment where you have to figure out how you're going to maneuver through those situations. So it means it's a challenge. This isn't just something being handed to you. This is something that you're working for. Are you feeling down about... I'm seeing that Five of Wands is connected with Five of Cups. Maybe you feel disappointed that something isn't like easy right now or going smoothly, or that there's still more to work out and you can feel drained because of that. I want to clarify if there's more that's connected with this. Meaning there's still conflict resolution that's needed. I went to clarify the Five of Cups and Five of Wands is popping out, which is already above it. So it just feels like this is being repeated with the Magician on the bottom of the deck. I think this is just about believing what you're doing and continuing to move through it rather than giving up. I'm not even suggesting that you would actually give up, but you could be feeling a bit discouraged right now for some reason. Maybe because you could have thought that like something would be resolved by now, or that something would be worked out by now. It's like that type of thing. It's anything that may feel like it's conflicting a little bit with what you're doing, that it's just meant to be worked out, and you may have a hard time accepting some of that. I think only because it's different than maybe what you anticipated, but not because you have an actual problem with working through this. You may just be like, I thought it would be different moving through this situation, and that's really why. And I feel like it's just mental stuff that's being worked out. Again, if you didn't have expectations and the Five of Wands popped up, it would be like, oh, this challenge that I need to figure out, you know, this knot that I need to untie. But you could have thought that this wouldn't be an issue or something like that, or that there would be less, you know. Five of Wands can also be competition, but it can be you competing with yourself more than anything, you know. And you could have felt like you could feel that you have certain expectations for yourself, and maybe you're also meeting those things, but then there's a type of resistance to what it is that you're doing. Because Five of Wands can also be something that can feel like a little bit outside of your control, but it can also be you trying to manipulate your own energy as well. Five of Wands can be, I'm trying to focus on this right now, and my energy is here, here, and there, and now I have to gather all my energy together, and like, why is it so difficult today? You know, like I can't concentrate. It can be that type of thing, seeing the Magician be connected with this. So it can be things where it's like, I thought this would be easier for me, or I thought I already figured this part out already, or like, where is this coming from now? You know, like those types of things. Can also feel like your energy has to go to different places too, and you're figuring out what to prioritize. Maybe there are multiple things that you want to do as well, and you're trying to figure out what to do. I'm seeing that things are going to work out for you. You could, having Four of Cups be connected over here with Six of Wands is like feeling almost like you want to disengage, or you could even be feeling a little bit overwhelmed or like dissociated slightly. There's When I say this, I specifically am meaning what I'm seeing go on with the energy is that stuff that is not running smoothly, like the parts of this specifically that are not running smoothly, all the energy that you have left pretty much is going into that. And so you don't necessarily have energy for the other things again that you normally would. Okay? So you can feel like this thing is going on, and I'm not feeling super well rounded right now because a lot of my energy is going into this. I'm coming to terms with this. I didn't even necessarily want it to be like this. And you could feel like I have to work this out before I can sort of connect with the other things that I want to be connecting with. I'm hearing materialize. Maybe something is materializing, but it hasn't yet. I also feel too like you could have been questioning having Emperor and having Five of Wands here be connected can be like a challenge that you need to be really disciplined with as you're working through, that you really need to stick with it, that you really need to exercise the skills that you have and your willingness moving through it and use all the different aspects of your energy to work through a current challenge. I'm seeing that you're going to overcome it. For some of you, you could have even been questioning, like, if I'm facing this challenge right now, because maybe it's not one, maybe there are lots of different things that keep coming up. You could have even been questioning as the Emperor, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Because the Emperor is like what you're doing with your life. It's like what you're up to within your life, you know? So something that you have going on, and you could be like, well, because this challenge is popping up, does this mean maybe I'm going in the wrong direction? I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing it just be like work through the difficult thing that's in front of you. Like that's the work to do. But the Emperor means that you have to take like a lot of your energy to put it into this, and that it takes like a very high skill set and resolve to move through something. And having this page here, you may not always feel like that's where you are, even though I'm seeing you be reflected as the Emperor here. So it shows that you have like what you need to work through this. Having a page can feel like in certain areas, or maybe one particular area, you could feel like you're still like starting off small. So maybe you feel like with like a different element you're more advanced with it, and with pentacles, because we're seeing pentacles here, you could feel like you want it to be bigger, more developed than where it is right now. Like something on the material end is what you could be feeling like. So you could be like, motivation wise, I feel like I'm really far along with this, or like determination wise, or like passionately, like this is really what I want to be doing. But then I'm looking at this other side of things, and I feel like it's not as advanced as I want it to be. And now I'm having to work through these things, and it's difficult too. And I wish that I didn't have to be working through these things right now. I wish that it would be smooth right now, instead of all of my energy having to go into this. And now I'm feeling kind of depleted because of it. But we're seeing Six of Wands here, which is like the most auspicious thing to be seeing here. It means that you're going to accomplish this. It means that you're going to see success. So it's about, even though you may be feeling less motivated right now, or you could be feeling tired, or you could be questioning things, Seven of Wands is like, do not give up. Keep doing what you're doing. So this is encouragement for you to be continuing. To continue investing in what you've been investing in. That's what I'm seeing. Things are going to be stabilizing soon enough. I'm seeing that you're going to get like a really fine outcome from this. Something that you're going to deem as beyond acceptable for sure. You just are being guided to stick with this and to keep going. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, I do feel like specifically because of expectations that you had, meaning you may not be in full acceptance of where you are right now, and because of that, it's something that's starting to like unmotivate you. What is the right word even? Like, you know, when you feel motivated to something, it's because of a sense of magnetism, right? It's like demagnetizing. So the more in acceptance you are, of where you are, even if you do have certain goals that you're going towards, it's like still going towards those things while also simultaneously accepting where you are and also working towards what you're working towards. But at any given moment, like realizing that you are in the right spot, that you're not supposed to be further, like you're not late, it's nothing like that. Like you're right on time and right where you're supposed to be, and needing to keep telling yourself that. I'm seeing this is really something big that you have going on for you here. Having the Emperor, this is a big deal. This is something that will have a very big impact on your life. Well, it probably is now, but will continue to. Because this is connected with like a bigger sense of your soul journey. I see the Emperor as being an aspect of your purpose. So you're just meant to be continuing with this. You're going to get closer and closer to where you want to be. You're being encouraged to continue if you're willing to. Like, that is the advice. You don't have to, but that's what the advice is for you. I feel like some type of disappointment, too, that's connected directly with the Emperor. So the Emperor can be, like, reflective of how you see yourself, but there can be some type of disappointment that's connected with that. So it can be, like, I don't feel like I'm taken as seriously as I want to be taken, or that there's like less recognition for what I'm doing, or that I feel like I'm really good at this, like why am I here, you know. It can be like those types of things. This is kind of feeling a bit like a King of Pentacles energy to me more than anything. So King of Pentacles energy can be like, I'm putting in this work and I feel like it's not appreciated, or like look at all of this stuff that I'm doing and it's not necessarily recognized. Because the Emperor would imply you being in a spot that there is an element of mastery that's connected with what you're doing. But then to have sadness, it can feel like there's some type of expectation that's not in full alignment yet. Like there's not a full acceptance of something, and that conflict is being worked out. But I don't think that this has to do with, I don't think that this is a well-rounded energy with the Emperor. Like again, I think that there are certain areas that you may be very, very advanced in, and then there can be other areas that you're not as developed or advanced as you wanted to be. And that's where this thing is coming up that's being worked out. Because this isn't saying like overall, like none of this is where I wanted it to be. I think some of it is, just like some of it is not, and the parts that are not is what you're currently working with, like the emotional side of that and the like mental side of that, like the expectations and whatnot, to bring you back into a place of acceptance. And also to be able to see, like Four of Cups can be I'm rejecting something, and Six of Wands is like your success, and you could be like, well, I'm not feeling like that right now. So that can also be something that's coming up. Seven of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Again, you're being encouraged to continue investing in this, that you are going to get a good outcome. We start with Nine of Pentacles, which speaks about abundance, and we end with Six of Wands, which is about success. It's you working through something that feels challenging and then coming out on top, like crossing the finish line, like you accomplish what you're trying to accomplish, and that's what it is. So don't take this momentary feeling of like a lack of magnetism or motivation and allow that to determine that you're gonna like give up on this or something like that. For some of you, I'm not saying it be that extreme. It could just be this feeling that you're meaning to like rectify or like work out right now. But yeah, you're being encouraged to keep going. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. Hold on one second. Having the Five of Cups be connected with the Emperor can be some type of disappointment that's associated with like a lack of recognition in the way that you want a type of recognition. Because, okay, so Emperor is connected with Aries, and when you think of Aries, this is about like a groundbreaking energy. It's a bold energy. It's one where things happen quickly, and so it can be like you feel like things aren't happening fast enough. Or you can feel, again, like a lack of recognition, because Aries, if you think about the first house, it's like see me, see me, see me. So it can be like feeling like not being perceived as the way that you expected to be. And Aries is also, I see as being like about you and your individuality, and also what you are like creating and manifesting like uniquely to you, and making that happen. And so you may have certain things that you're determined to do, and those things haven't fully materialized or developed yet. And that can also be where you're working out like your expectations versus where you are, and again, like working into a place of acceptance, which is going to energize you. So for those of you that you're feeling like you need more motivation, or you need to be like more connected with it, that's the thing to be working on right now. It's not to change what you're doing, it's to work on like this emotional aspect of things. All right, we are really going to leave the reading here now. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.